Let's talk about the rectangle. So the rectangle is a special type of parallelogram. That means that the opposite sides are parallel and congruent. So this side is parallel to this side is parallel to that side, and those sides are also parallel to one another. So the rectangle is a special type of parallelogram. Now, something else that's true about the rectangle is it has 4 right angles. In other words, this angle here, there, and there, those are right angles. They're 90 degrees. And the diagonals are congruent. In other words, when I draw this and this, these are diagonals, those are congruent to one another. And then thirdly, those diagonals bisect one another, which means this side equals this side, and this side equals this side. So the diagonals are congruent and the diagonals bisect each other. Now I drew this with 1 mark here and 1 mark there to show that these two are congruent. And it isn't true on every parallelogram, but because these diagonals are congruent, this really should have gotten 1 mark here and 1 mark there to say that this is the same as that, which is the same as this, which is the same as this. This is true on a rectangle. It's not true on every parallelogram, but it is true on the rectangle. So all theirs are congruent. And of course, the vertical angles are congruent. So these 2 angles are congruent, and these 2 angles are congruent. Now, it doesn't intersect here and form a 90-degree angle. That's only true on a square and on a rhombus. But it is true that this is congruent to that and this is congruent to that, but it's just not a 90-degree angle here. So that's a little summary of the rectangle.